Honestly, fuck it. Did forget about that part. Maybe we go for spades. Okay, now we just have to get a little bit lucky, but if we find one jack, it'll one-shot the rest of it. And we have all 4 jacks left, so probably our best chance of getting lucky. The hand to spare. So we'll get 2, 5, 7, 8. $22. I'm fine with Polychrome Misprint. Because that gives us the plus mult and the times mult, and then we won't buy anything else. So that we can play this out for the hollow. I don't know if Mega Standard Pack's worth skipping for, honestly. We still get 2 interest if we play this out. Potentially $3 from hands played if we can one-shot it. Gotta remember this is gold's sake. So we are going to be looking... That's sick. That's psychotic. This is perfect. We're going to be going for high card or pairs type stuff. And this sets us up perfectly because we can just not discard and instead just play what we're given. Like 2 pair. Gives us 80 chips, 10 mult, 8 mult, polychrome. Combine, use Hermit. Then grab the Mega Arcana and then grab Even Steven as well, maybe? Even seems a little iffy since we're not going to be... Oh my god. Okay. Not instant run winner, but could be a pretty nice not run loser just to keep around. Emperor probably does more for us than Hangman. Temperance is nice. Especially when it's a $20 Temperance on ante 2. Keeping Tower in our back pocket's honestly not too bad. Definitely grab the voucher and go next. Haven't leveled any of our hands. Oh, doesn't matter as well. Play a pair here. Pair of evens, of course, so I should have played the 7 instead of the 6. In case this doesn't one-shot for whatever reason. Let's look for an extra discard voucher, low-key. This works as well. I almost wonder if Certificate's not bad. Because our hand size is -1, and this basically just gives us a random card to add on to it. We could also just look to buy some of these. Not this round, because we're going to want to use speed money to start racking up. You know, I don't mind picking this up at least for a couple of rounds. I will start with this, though. Now we maximize seed money. We'd rather do this than actually see free stuff because we'll get $10. And this one shots, but would I rather have a random tarot? Probably too. I'd rather have the money, I think. Well, it's less about the money, more about making sure we one shot. Could also consider. What if we do this? We lose 40 chips, but we make up for it by making a non-even card stone. One-shotting. Strength is here, so we could potentially keep Even Steven for a while. Bootstraps is where it's at. Certificate was cool. This is better. I do think we probably grab some of these bad boys. Hermit is nice, and now if we find like a Fool More temperance. It's pretty good. Pretty good, I will say. This is chips. Malts. $12K. So I guess we just want to like find the bowl somewhere. Like I don't know what the play is. I think we need the bowl for chip generation, and then we sell even Steven for that, and then probably Chicot for a X molt. We have 4 hands to play with. Don't need this, don't need that. Face cards debuff is fine. So we can play through all of these. $16K. It's kind of crazy, actually. Well, like I said, I think we just want some X malts. I don't think leveling our hands actually does too much for us because we're really relying on our jokers and probably lower tier hands. So keeping the $7 for 2 bootstraps is more than adding 1 to a high card or a pair. And standard pack doesn't do much for us again because we're not seeing a lot of cards in our hands because of the hand size. So honestly, I think we just keep getting money. I don't mind skipping here to level throwback. Do we need to though? Like there probably skips later. But we have to balance out how many shops we see for the interest versus the skips we see for throwback. And I kind of don't mind. Also, even Steven's probably our next to go for reference. 41K. Oh, okay. There you go. Like, why does it do this? Why would you do this? I don't want to use any in case I find a fool I would rather have used other stuff last. But now we're okay. We are just pressing cards for Vampire. It's also important that we do misprint before these two, because that way it'll be plus, and then use the polychrome and then times. And these are both plus, so they go on the far left. Strength isn't as useful to us now. Because of we got rid of even Steven. I actually don't mind these skips. I don't know if we don't need a level pair. I feel like doing this because shops are now actually valuable for us because they represent times molt as well. So like doing like this and then this is probably better because we can see a shop with free packs to potentially proc Vampire while also earning money for bootstraps. It's all a balance. So here we can just lovers something random. Then play our 2-pair. Wouldn't mind a discard voucher. Get a little bit more chips, or like I said again, a bowl would be pretty good. We should do this first in case we get a thing that adds like 4 enhanced aces. 2 enhanced aces. Better than nothing. And that way they're here, so if we get something like death, we can copy them, or we have a higher chance of seeing them to copy them. Wow, no copies and no effects, which is kind of annoying, but the money is the money. Um, these aren't useful. Again, I think we just keep saving up our money. With all the X mults, every $5 is, right, it's times, actually we can do the math here. Right now, every $5 is 2 times polychrome 1.5 times throwback 2 times vampire 1.6. So 9.6 molt. So every $5 is about 10 molt. So rerolling here just loses us 10 molts, which isn't crazy much, but in the grand scheme of things, like we don't have any tarot cards in our shop, so there's no real need for us to look that way. You know what I'm saying? With paintbrush, we could also consider some celestial packs. Because we might actually find some of the higher hands now. What was the last card we used? Sweet Devil. Again, just boosting vampire as much as possible. Flush is probably the easier thing to get. I'll do one reroll a shop now that it's cheaper. Just to potentially find tarots, even though they're not gonna happen often. And this skip is nice for this comboed with the Mega Arcana. So what we're gonna do is Empress, and then Fool to summon the Empress. And then we would like to play this out, I think, for the shop as opposed to the 17. We'll get about that amount of money from just playing it. We can play this straight, actually, so we can actually get rid of all of these now, which is nice. Without using the discards. So that's up to 2.4. We also leveled throwback with the skip. So up to 100k. Death is nice. Jumbo standard is nice. These are the... Like I said, I will do one reroll. Maybe we'll do 2 rerolls thing. We can just do death. And then play 2 pair. I think even though it's debuffed, it's still... Oh, it doesn't. Good to know. Still 100k, so we're sitting pretty. We have 4 hands to play. Super cheap rerolls is sick. So we do this. Spectrals, we're really just looking for things like Grim. The things that add enhanced cards. We get to choose 2. Like, we could Ectoplasm, but I think we have enough right now that we'd rather just do this. And then do this. And then choose the other one. And then this one, I don't mind Ectoplasming, honestly. Hashtag plus 18 molt. It's Eternal, so probably not. If we DNA, do we just get basically a free vampire card every hand? All right. Pick up some jokers next shop. feel like we'd be okay. Losing one discard if it means getting a few more vampire triggers. Losing that amount of chips actually does hurt a little bit. Good to know. So don't use discards. Because when even though our X mult is high, we need the chips to come off of that. Not the end of the world if this ends up being something that could give us Hierophant is probably the best for now. And then we can fool for another Hierophant. I think I switched between saying Hierophant and Hierophant. I don't actually know how it's supposed to be pronounced. I get Devil. Honestly, probably looking for just a Chips Joker. Oh, or a Hologram. I think we just add Hologram since we have a negative certificate now. Don't care about the base chips and ults that much, thankfully. Just gotta do this. Play a full house. 275k, looking nice. Only gotta choose one, sadly. But we do get a scale hologram here. Don't want to take this because we actually don't want planet cards to appear. We'd rather have tarots. I was gonna say and or other stuff, but probably will be re-rolling this. Justice, and then I guess we just Temperance. More money means more molts. That's 28. Hermit maxes at 20. We can play this out. It gives us a chance to get another certificate for hologram, play more vampire stuff. Still one shots. Guess we can just sell for money. So we can sell, buy, open. Temperance for the money. Probably roll a couple of times. Triggers we don't really care about. Chips are nice. Honestly, it's probably better than banner because then we can actually use our discards. Is that true? Well, it's probably better than banner because it's just going to be more chips. We draw a hand size of 6, so we lose 12, and then we even if we discard like 10. Yeah, at worst we lose the 10 mult from banner, but that's not what banner is giving us. This means we can guarantee get more of our. We have a lot of enhanced cards sitting in here that we've yet to actually trigger for vampire. I don't want to reroll too much because we do still have bootstraps, but very large blind actually might be ideal. If we know none of these are going to get debuffed, guaranteed to just play some banging hands. We had like 280k one hand that last round, so Crimson Heart could be bad if it disables our, ×3, ×4. Verdant wouldn't be the end of the world. Verdant would be okay. Cerulean also would be okay probably, but it's one of those where I actually think this is all right. Because we just need to score 250k, and with the here, right, what do I want to do? I think we just want to See what happens if we just play a full house. This gives 100 chips. So that's 400k. Can level straight. And then play a straight. The reason I'm playing these before doing anything is because of the blue joker. And now I'm just going to discard out and try and find... What the fuck? How do we not find any of our thingies? Should be okay with an extra tab. I'm just trying to play out to maximize this. But we win. That is gold stake down.